Hey crew, I haven't spoken to you guys in a while. I've been so busy with working from home, teaching from home, and my kids wanted to start a channel of their own, so which is gaining popularity. So I've been spending time on them, you know how moms do. But anyway, I was had a lot of thoughts in my head and was thinking about when was that first time that you said, you know what, it's really different being the tall chick in the crew, or the and I was thinking back to one of my best friend's wedding. Like this was a wedding of like high society. You're talking about there were like doctors and judges and political affiliated people that were at the event. It was just really, really a very high end wedding. One of my very good friends. But what made me stand out as well, wow, it is different being the tall chick in the crew was at this high society wedding. She wanted certain protocols for the bridesmaids. So one of the protocols was like you had to have a certain type of pantyhose, the stockings, and it was like this glittery thing. It wasn't really expensive. I think we got it from Macy's or something. I can't remember the cost. So she's been married for a while now, but I remember that was like one of her criterias. And I don't know how the rest of the crew feels, but I know for me at 6'2", 6'2", y'all. Can you see it? Boom. I'm dressed for my sorority meeting, so that's why I have this on, but virtual, so that's why I'm not wearing any shoes. But anywho, at 6'2", finding pantyhose that had gold specks from Macy's is something that we don't do. And especially we don't do um, back in, what year did she get married? I think it was 2005. So now we have some options, but can you imagine back in 2005, one of your best girlfriends is getting married at this high-end wedding. You have to wear your gold sparkly pantyhose, and you're the only person that's 6'2" in the wedding. So it was such a challenge, and I remember that of course I was going to do it. This is my friend. It doesn't matter that she can't relate to me being so tall that wearing pantyhose is not going to be easy for me, especially if you can only have this particular one that she wanted for this very high-end wedding. So anywho, so I went and got the stockings or the pantyhose or wherever you're from and what you call it. But it just, that seat, it was literally at like towards my knees. That's as far as it would go up. And what could you do? And so I had already had to make adjustments for the dress itself. The dress was supposed to be floor length, and mine kind of came above my ankles. And so I had it altered, and it still didn't fit great. And the shoes, um, the largest size I think was 11. I wore 12, so I had to find something that was comparable to what she wanted. And but then I just really, really remember those pantyhose. And the wedding was amazing. The wedding was just like picture perfect. It was everything that you thought that excellence was supposed to be in a wedding. But I was so concerned throughout that whole wedding that my pantyhose were going to fall down in the middle of the wedding. It was a mess, but you get through it because we have to make changes because this is your friends, and you are the tall chick and you have different needs that maybe the average size crew member wouldn't know. But I remember just saying, wow, this is interesting. Like I had the resources to be able to buy a different type of pantyhose, but it was very particular. I remember because she wanted the gold sparks, and that wasn't easy to come by, especially 15 years ago, right? Wow, 15 years. Wow. But especially 15 years ago when there wasn't a lot of internet uses like we're using now. If you guys remember that, if you're old enough to remember that, if you're old enough like me, I've graduated back in 99. So, I've been out of school for a while. So can you imagine back in '05 being 6'2", one of your good girlfriends wants you to wear these pantyhose and you're going to do it. But I just had a question, like who or when did you remember saying, okay, well, this is different. I can't do what they do. I'm the tall crew member. What was that moment for you? What was that moment of just like, I have a couple of them, but that was one that just really I thought of recently. But I just wanted to share that little thought. I hope you are well. Again, I would love to in the future when we are beyond this COVID situation do some events for the crew. Like I would love to see closet swaps and like fellowship opportunities where we would do some events or conferences. I'm sorry for saying so much. I'm actually I used to be a trainer, so that was one of my things that I hated saying when other people were listening. But just I didn't prepare anything, so just me talking. So I'm sorry. But anywho, when was it? When did you say it's really different being the tall crew member? And what was that moment when you said, you know what, I guess other people can't relate because you're above average, right? Anywho, let me know. Leave me a message. What do you think? What was that moment? And then how did you handle it? How did it make you feel? For me, wearing those pantyhose all day, I was just nervous. Like I had a good time at the wedding, but I was very nervous that the pantyhose were going to roll down in the middle of a dance or in the middle of a walk down the aisle or in the middle of a picture. But yeah, let me know. Talk to you soon. Bye.